question 12. And question 12 reads as follows. An increased equilibrium price and a decreased try that again. An increased equilibrium price and a decreased equilibrium quantity result from a or an decrease in demand, increase in demand, increase in supply, or decrease in supply. And our Janine The Tutor has written D, the decrease in supply. And the explanation reads as follows. The law of demand and supply illustrates how demand and supply are associated with each other and how that association influences the price of goods and services. It is a basic economic principle that when supply exceeds demand, the prices of goods and services tend to decline, but when demand exceeds supply, the prices of goods and services tend to increase. So if the demand for the goods and services remains unchanged, the supply and prices of the goods and services share an inverse relationship. With the increase in the supply of goods and services, the prices will decline to a lower equilibrium price and higher equilibrium quantity of goods and services. With a decrease in the supply of goods and services, the prices will increase to a higher equilibrium price and lower equilibrium quantity of goods and services. Similarly, if the supply of goods and services remain unchanged, higher demand leads to a higher equilibrium price and higher equilibrium quantity, and lower demand leads to a lower equilibrium price and lower equilibrium quantity. What I'm going to do is just graph all 4 examples here. And I think maybe that's the best way for us to show the difference. So I'm going to draw QP, QP. I hope this doesn't get too ugly, but we'll see. All right, so we've got 4 graphs here. For all of them, we're going to draw our initial equilibrium of supply and demand. And at this initial equilibrium, we're going to have what we call our Q star and our P star. And those are, of course, the equilibrium price and quantity. Almost there, bear with me. So we've got Q star and P star. Q star and P star. Okay, and what we can do here is run through all 4 of our potential options. So we'll call this one A, this guy B, this little buddy C, and we'll call the last one B. So first, they want to show a decrease in demand. So a decrease would be consistent with the demand curve being shifted to the left. So we've got a decrease in demand, and as a result, we can see that our equilibrium price is going to fall, and our equilibrium quantity is going to fall. And we're moving from this point here, moving down to this point here. So what happened? So for A, price fell, and quantity fell. B, an increase in demand. So instead, we're going to shift our demand curve to the right because we've got an increase in demand. and the result of an increase in demand. And of course, this is ceteris paribus, meaning all else equal, meaning the supply is not changing when we're moving the demand. Here, we can see that our new equilibrium is going to be up here. And we see that this leads to, try that again. We see that this leads to a higher price and a higher quantity. Scenario C, an increase in the supply. This is going to be, oh, let me try that again. That was terrible. This is going to be consistent with supply curve shifting right, like so. As a result, under new equilibrium, we see that the quantity is increased, but the price has decreased, and we've moved from this original point down to this point here. So we're going to say price down and quantity up. And the last scenario would be a decrease in supply. This is going to be the supply curve shifting to the left. And when this happens, supply curve shifting left. And when this happens, we see that our quantity is going to fall, but our price is going to increase. So we've got P up and quantity down. So as a result, an increased equilibrium price and a decreased equilibrium quantity. So we're looking for the scenario where price is up and quantity is down. That looks consistent with D, a decrease in supply to me, and our junior tutor has come to the same answer. Trying to think if there's anything else I'd want to add to that. I don't really think so. Maybe one distinction to make is sometimes you read change in quantity demanded or quantity supplied, and sometimes you'll read change in demand or change in supply. They're different. Change in quantity demanded or quantity supplied is consistent with a change in price. And what that looks like is instead of shifting the curve like we did in these graphs, it's instead of movement along the curve. And when we hear change in supply, change in demand, there's a number of reasons that could happen. Off the top of my head, maybe technology improves and we can now supply more output for the same amount of input. That would be consistent with the supply curve moving to the right. Say, I don't know, if there's a strike and a lot of the workers at your company stop working, that would be consistent with a supply decrease as there's nobody to make the products. Changes in demand, kind of the stories are like, I don't know, say you're an artist, you've got a song that blows up, you're going to be in a lot higher demand after that. And I'm sure you can make something up for the decrease in demand as well. So we're going to say, excellent answer. That's correct. And I think that was the last one. It was. Yeah, so those are all the questions for today. If you enjoyed today's question and answer and you'd like to be notified of when we do this next, you would hit the subscribe button and the notification bell below. If you'd like to submit your own questions, visit the links in the description. Remember to leave a like and comment and share this video with your friends. This has been Kevin from OneClass.